I'm Matt Phillips with Lynfred Winery, and today we're talking about bottle shapes. At Lynfred, we use a standard 750 milliliter bottle in a Bordeaux shape for most of our wine releases. We'll get to why we call it a Bordeaux shape in just a moment, but why is 750 milliliters the standard? Like a lot of things in the wine industry, the truth is shrouded in some mystery. There's some folklore that states that a 750 milliliter bottle will perfectly split into 6 individual portions to be shared over the course of a meal. I don't know about you, but I've never gotten 6 glasses out of a bottle of wine. It's certainly not enough that's going to satisfy the tastes for the people I like to drink with. So I think our best answer is actually coming from the glassblowing industry. So it's said that a glassblower has the pulmonary capacity, or one big exhale, of up to 750 milliliters, which would make things really efficient when you're trying to make as many bottles as possible if you only had to summon one deep breath each time you wanted to get one of those bottles made, and hence the 750 milliliter bottle is born. And I mentioned before that we use the Bordeaux shape bottle. And the Bordeaux shape, while it's pretty classic and you see it almost on all the store shelves, it's not the only shape you can find, and it's also not the oldest commercial bottle shape you can find. In fact, we'd have to go to the Burgundy region to find that shape bottle. So with the Burgundy versus the Bordeaux, the Burgundy is going to be a little bit squatter on the bottom. It's also going to have a sloping shoulder. So sloping shoulder, it's going to kind of slide down into that wider base. Now, some people say that this actually enhances the wine or does something different when you're pouring the wine. In actuality, though, chances are the reason that this became the Burgundian shape was because it was a little bit easier for the glass blowers to make and make efficiently. Now, one thing you'll also see on the Burgundian shape bottle, as well as the Bordeaux, is the punt. So the punt is going to be this little indentation in the bottom of the bottle that's actually going to help us when we go to pour the wine, but also reinforce the glass to make it stand up to things like sea travel. So when you were traveling your wines from France to Great Britain, you didn't have to worry about your bottles breaking in transit. So the Bordeaux bottle has that same punt to it, nice and deep to make sure that that wine bottle is going to stay intact through that rough sea travel. But also there is an added benefit in that it does catch a little bit of sediment in the process, as does the high shoulder of the Bordeaux bottle. So when you go to pour the wine, that sediment will gather right here. In actuality, though, probably not the reason that they produced the bottle in this way. It's just one of those happy things that came out of the process. Now, something else you'll see is with a sparkling wine bottle. Kind of has that Burgundian shape to it. Champagne region's located just north of Burgundy, so there could be a connection there. But also it has that really nice deep punch because your champagne bottles need to be even thicker because all of those bubbles under pressure could explode out of the glass if it was in your classic Bordeaux shape. There's another type of bottle that I don't have here with me today, but that's the Alsatian bottle, or what you commonly see Riesling served in. And so Riesling has a similar base, but a little bit more narrow to the Burgundian base, and then comes up at a pretty steep shoulder. And that is because it was designed for river transport instead of sea transport. So in Germany, down the Rhine and Mosel rivers, they would need something that would stack easily in the hull, and they could fit as many bottles as possible in there. You'll also notice that the glass is going to be a little bit thinner and doesn't require that deep punt because it's not going to be rocking back and forth as much as it would on sea travel when it's going down the river. So there you have it. The next time you're looking at your bottles of wine, you know a little bit more about the history and what went into the glassblowing process.